An hour? What am I supposed to do with the mad scientist for an hour?
You know, tamper in God's domain.
And the ball just keeps on rolling and rolling. It's like a stone wheel, like, you know, where they put the wood stick in between, you know, and then just kind of moved it along. We're going to reinvent it. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going
I have no idea what he's talking about.
to do. I don't know. I don't really got
I could
nothing.
have sworn I fixed these fucking cameras right before and it didn't take.
I think the camera angle looks fine from over here.
No, the angle is fine. I'm talking about the color.
Oh, well, you know me. I don't know anything about anything, especially when it comes to technology.
Yes.
Just anything.
How's your gaming monitor going?
My monitor is really cool. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I was just playing the Tears of the Kingdom, the newest Zelda game, and for the, I guess, what is the word I'm looking for? Hardware capabilities of the Nintendo Switch on that monitor. You know, Nintendo's never really been about graphics overall.
Oh,
but
no.
But the game looks great. It plays great. It's got smooth frames per second. So, you know, I have no complaints with it. It actually makes me feel like a professional to a degree. Not that I didn't like my old TV, but now I feel like, oh, now I'm like in the realm of nerdism, you know, a little higher.
So it was better that you got a monitor and not a TV.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would have been dissatisfied with the TV, but the fact that I inadvertently bought a monitor thinking it was a TV and it turned out to work out in my favor, I think is really the thing that makes me the happiest, because, you know, things aren't cheap. You know, $230 is a steal for a monitor, though. But then the whole sound scenario where I was like, oh, I don't have speakers, but I've got my speakers set up now with my TV stand and everything while I've been hit grinding in Diablo. It's horrible. Oh, my God.
Okay.
What's
up,
is,
Epic?
It is just so... There, I am almost done. I have 18 levels left to go.
Oh, my God.
It is so... It is like taking...
Maybe you'll join the rest of us eventually and play a different game for once.
I will, and I am looking forward to the day that I do. It'll probably be in another... Well, let's see.
Yeah, I tell you what, when I see you pop up on Twitch and playing Diablo, I don't even click.
Oh, dude, dude, that grind is something else. But I was talking to our good friend Ali Ice, and I said, "Hey, man," and he kind of pointed it out, you know, because when we were younger, we would always go for the, you know, the highest levels, and you know, in a game, whatever it had to offer.
Yeah, you fucking have a life now.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. But
It's called adulting.
Yeah, it's whack. But the fact that we're going for like the highest rank in this game, which is currently Paragon level 300, it is just crazy. So we will feel, once we hit it, we'll feel like true Diablites. That's the word I came up with, Diablites.
Okay, I'm still waiting for you to play F1.
Well, I got to get space on my hard drive. This is another reason I'm trying to finish Diablo, so I can just get it off my goddamn hard drive. Because it takes up, it takes up like 120 gigs, I think, which isn't a lot. But
Are you talking about Diablo, Epic? He said mod mode is crazy. I had to restart the app to get back to normal mode. I don't know what that means.
I think he's talking about Twitch.
Oh, he's talking about Twitch. Okay, never mind.
Maybe it's on the fritz.
I didn't even know there was a mod mode.
No, but I actually was talking about the F1 game earlier with our buddy Al, and I said, hey, you know, once we're done with this god-awful grind.
You keep putting yourself into it.
Well, it's the last one. We got to do it. I'm almost there.
Sure.
Oh, my God.
You said there was 30 2 weeks ago you had left, and now you're only 18 left.
Dude, that's how much it takes.
Not
dude.
worth my time.
It's not worth my fucking time either.
Yeah, but you're doing it.
Oh, we're getting it done, baby. We're out here chugging along. We're going along the coastal. We're doing the coastal information highway. Yeah.
Oh, they have a beta for moderators to use to see different view screens. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a mod anywhere, so I can.
But since Epic is in here, we want to give a big shout out to our buddy Ghost Chips for leveling up in life. happy rank 50, buddy, and graduating and moving on to the next phase of your life. All
Why
right.
would you say that in English?
Congratulations for graduating high school, young man. Look forward to being an adult, and yeah, rank 50. Go
Shout
Ghost
out
Chips.
to our friend DA's daughter. I don't want to say her name.
Of course.
But congratulations. Happy graduation also.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Graduating is such a important time in your life. It is. It is. Don't downplay
Yeah,
it.
if that's the last one you're ever going to have, yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, first of all, Jared, I don't want to talk about like I'm that old guy that's been lingering around town since high school, all right? But I'm apparently the old guy that's been lingering around since high school, all right?
Everybody knows RJ.
Oh, my God. Isn't it crazy? It's like everywhere I go, it's like, hey, what's up, dude? It's like, fuck.
Shit, I have that, and it's weird. Like, I'll go other places, and I'll see somebody that I know. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I have had that happen to me before, not on a huge scale, but that
I've
has
had
happened.
it pretty much happen every time I go somewhere. Not so much Austin, but like most other places, I'll just be like, what the fuck? Why is this person here? One time when I was in Japan, like a dude that I played football with one time, like pickup football.
Yeah.
One time was like, oh yeah, I remember you. You were the all-time quarterback. I was like,
You were the all-time. Of course you would say that, Jared.
Well, I was.
Of course you were, Jared. Hey, welcome to the Mad Scientist Lab podcast, where all we do is talk about Jared and his ego. Continue.
That's not even fucking true, and there was nothing ego about it.
You're the all-time quarterback, Jared Lee.
I was playing quarterback for both teams because it was an uneven amount. So I happened to be able to be the best thrower there.
Damn it, that's got to be a weird position to be in. You're just scoring points for both teams, and whichever
you're just getting better at the position.
All right, let me ask you this: all-time quarterback, Jared Lee. All right,
I didn't play in high school though. I didn't play quarterback in high school.
Doesn't matter. All-time quarterback, Jared Lee. What I was gonna say is, would you determine your passion and drive depending on which team you were playing for? Would you play a little better because your friend was on one team as opposed to your sworn enemy, somebody like myself,
No,
on
because
the opposite?
I have something called integrity.
Integrity for the game.
Yeah.
Oh, sport. Yeah, whatever. Get out of here.
Sportsman, like.
Dude, I do hate like somebody that's like a shitty sport though, dude. Fucking just ruin everything.
Your tutorial is over. Oh, there we go.
Is that what it's called? The tutorial?
No. I was just reading what he said.
No,
about the other thing.
Yeah, no, but that is a good way of looking at it. I mean, high school is a tutorial to a degree. I mean,
no, I'd say elementary school is more of a tutorial. No, middle school is more of a tutorial.
Okay.
Because it's the tutorial for high school.
All right. And then would you say, we talk about this a lot, but would you say you really get a lot of life skills from high school that you utilize other than reading and writing?
No.
Yeah, so what is it there for?
I mean, maybe.
I'm just joking.
Maybe, like, I did home ec one time, maybe.
Home ec is cool. See, I like stuff like, I wish shit like that was more readily available.
Shop,
Shop is cool.
Shop was cool.
Shop, home ec. If you were in either strings or a band.
They got rid of Shop for a while, and I think they were supposed to bring it back in Fairfax.
Is there a reason they got rid of Shop?
I probably, all the fucking dumb reasons stupid politicians come up with.
Yeah, I think Shop is like, when we were younger, was like the number one like elective that people wanted to go to.
Yeah, I remember our fucking shop teacher, he had a missing finger.
He had a missing finger?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Did he like act all crazy and tell jokes about his missing finger? Like that kind of teacher?
No, he wasn't. He was very matter of fact. Yeah, because I get it, because you don't want, you got band saws and fucking reciprocating saws around. You don't want fucking kids.
Yeah, we are very young touching these things. If you think about it, dude.
At my age, yeah, like when I was growing up, because I don't know if y'all had, did y'all have
I had Shop. I took Shop in 7th grade.
Y'all had the band saws and all that stuff?
The band saw, we had quite a few tools, and then the first, I'm trying to think of the first
you know
one.
what I'm talking about, the bandsaw, right?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I know exactly what it is. I'm just trying to remember. It was so long ago. I remember sitting in the classroom. I remember the look of it. I can't remember the windows and shit. Oh, it's tripping me out. I'm going down like some nostalgic memory lane.
Yeah, I think I allowed it a while ago. Epic.
But I was 13 when I started high school or middle school, or 12 going on to 13. So yeah, I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah, that's middle school.
Yeah, but messing with giant power tools and shit like that.
And fucking belt sanders. It's like, what are we doing right now?
And I think we have talked about it, but you guys did the project where you obviously built the bridge and see how much weight it could hold before it would collapse.
Cantilever. I just last time I couldn't remember what the name of it was.
It's called a cantilever?
Cantilever. It's not a bridge, really. It's like a crane, but you have to, and then they put a bucket on the end of it.
Yes,
and you have to fill it up with sand.
Yes, that is correct.
To see how long it lasts.
I remember building mine.
I didn't do well on that one. I did good on the CO2 car.
I can't remember if we did that or not, dude.
Yeah,
I remember
that was cool.
What'd you call it? The cleaver?
Cleaver.
What did you just call the bridge thing?
Cantilever.
The cantilever.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the cleaver. Sorry.
That's a whole different tool.
Yeah, you're getting the cleaver. Yeah.
No, we had the CO2 cars. Basically, we had I guess it was like an end of the year thing, because we were doing other stuff also. Like, we wouldn't pour the fucking aluminum, but we'd make stuff out of aluminum too.
Okay.
Like, we'd have to make the patterns, and then he would melt down the aluminum, and then we had to polish it up and get the rough edges off and do all that shit. But then the CO2 cartridge, it was like you just got a block of wood. It was like a kind of like a triangle, and it had a hole in the back where the CO2 cartridge would go.
I do remember this.
And then you would put it together, and it had wheels, and then you're supposed to paint it. I never got to paint mine because I was fucking. It ended up looking like a top fuel dragster.
Okay.
Because I had like little fins on the front, like a front wing, just like
that's
on
cool.
On
I
the
like
Indy
that.
car.
Yeah, I like that.
I didn't get to paint it though, but it did. It sat in the front of the that display case they used to have at the front of the school.
Yeah.
It sat. One time I went there after I think I don't know how I was there for some reason, and I went there
or another,
and I looked in there, and my fucking thing was in there, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like they kept that shit.
Hey, there you go.
That's how you know it was good. I had a couple things in there.
Well, that was like me finding out I had
and the Ford AAA competition, because we got 9th in the state in that.
That was like me when I found out I had like the 5th best or one of the top 5 pie crusts in cooking class in home ec.
Yeah, how do you put that in the fucking showcase?
Well, you don't, but I'm just saying to the fact that somebody kept yours and they're like, oh, this might, and it was good, but for me to be selected. And I didn't even really think about it was kind of cool for me too. They're like, "Oh, and RJ," they were like, "You have a really good one," and I was like, "What?" Did you say
the 5th best crust?
No, no. I did say that, but that's not what I meant. So there were 5 tables. It's not the 5th best crust.
Okay,
that should be the name of the podcast. Fifth best crust.
You write that shit down.
No, but so there were 25 students in home ec, and there were 5 tables and 5 students at each table. So each student,
and yours had a number 5 on it.
Mine did not have a number 5 on it. I did not have a 5 or any type of numeric on my crust. So what I was gonna say is that I got whatchamacallit, there was one student from each table, because we all made the pie crust, that got selected. So I was one of 5 tables, I should say, or one person at 5 tables that got selected for the best pie crust. So I wasn't the 5th best. I was one of 5 contestants, if you will.
Sure.
And winners.
You sound like city boys. We are city boys. What the fuck are you talking? I mean, we're suburbs. We're not fucking farmers and shit.
Oh, dude, being a farmer out in the mud,
or Amish.
Or Amish. There's a lot of that on the fucking Lifetime channel. There's just a ton of it.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Well, it's my mom, She's,
I know. But you sit there and watch it, though.
I'll watch like maybe 20 minutes or something with her.
Fix your mustache, bro.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
Yeah, fucking...
Oh, foam on it? Sorry.
Residual cum on your face.
No, it's not. Don't say that. Because some people aren't watching, they're listening. And I don't want to give them some horrible visualization. Imagine a root beer float.
Matter of fact, that's... You brought... horrible. Like, this is a funny word grouping of words to me. Gender affirming surgery.
What does that mean, Jared?
I don't. It's basically
Getting a sex change?
yeah.
Okay.
I was just that popped into my head for whatever reason today, and I was like, that is a funny group of words, and I'm gonna have to make a bit out of that.
It's called GAS, gender affirming surgery.
That's even worse.
Yeah, see, even better. We can come up with jokes on the show as we're doing the show. That way we can use them on a later show. It's a good idea.
Or I could use it for bits.
You could use it for bits and pieces. Yeah. So, so I guess I'll tell everybody how my week went. It was all right.
Yeah, you look like you fucking lost your freaking dog when I came in, this motherfucker.
Nah, it's just been a long week. Been a long work week. I'm glad it's the weekend. I'm glad that Jared Lee is here to celebrate just another milestone podcast with us. And then yeah, like I feel for the first time ever, I've got nothing to talk about. I got nothing. I mean, like, I vacuumed, you know. I think I should buy a new vacuum now that we're talking about it, or that I'm bringing it up.
This motherfucker's making appliance decisions on the fucking podcast.
Well, I mean, dude,
great,
you
great listening for everybody out there, guys.
Well, I mean, put it this way: when is it the right time to change your vacuum? Or
when it breaks.
What? No, not necessarily. I mean, yeah,
yes.
obviously.
Why would you buy a new vacuum when yours works perfectly fine?
Well, maybe the rollers are just getting all fouled up with, you know, too much lint and dirt, and, you know, just
clean it.
You can, but I'm just saying, like, do you really want to do all that? I'm not saying you got to get a new vacuum every 6 months.
What is this guy talking about?
I'm just saying any type of appliance. Obviously, when it breaks, you have to replace it no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But would you replace it beforehand? Like if it just started looking old and crappy?
I'm not spending money on it.
That I understand.
My mom still has the old ass Hoover one that she bought in like the 80s or some shit.
From like what? I know it's a Hoover, but like from like those old school Orc commercials, a guy.
Kind of.
Yeah, just pushing.
It's not green though; it's blue.
I can see it in my head. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, the bottom is blue. The top part is where the bag is white. I don't even know if you can get bags for those anymore.
Do they still make like traditional vacuum bags?
I don't know,
dude. Can you? Yeah, let's look that up. I'm glad I brought up vacuums, because they're they're an important.
I'm not so glad that you brought it up, but
let me ask you: have you ever used a Dyson?
No, because they're expensive.
They are expensive. Okay, I know they're expensive. I've just always wanted to use one, but I also don't want to pay $500 for a vacuum.
I paid $80 for the one I have for my apartment,
and it works just fine.
It works just fine.
All right, so we're gonna see. But dude,
I don't have to deal with bags because I just fucking pop it out of the little cylinder and just dump it out
and clean it out, dude. But I do remember going to get vacuum bags for the vacuum cleaner, dude.
Well, we don't even have to look it up because Epic said they definitely do.
They definitely do. Okay, so Epic has saved us a few moments. But since we're talking about bags and, you know, things like that, how's your plant growing? How's the bonsai tree?
What bags? What does bags have to do with plants?
Because bags can be made from plants, you know, trees and stuff. Yeah, paper bags.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hemp.
Yeah, hemp. There we go.
Bonsai's doing fine. It's a long process. It's not gonna fucking do anything overnight. Well, I mean, we can, but you're not gonna see any crazy changes for 6 months.
So we're expecting what, like around Christmas time, to see the first real progress in the bonsai?
All it's doing is growing right now. Like I cut it back a lot the other day, so it has to kind of recover from that, but it's still growing.
That's cool. No, I'm happy for you. I was actually telling one of my coworkers about it because we were talking about something. And I was like, hey, you know what's cool? I was like, my friend got one of those bonsai plants, and I was like, I don't know jack shit about them, but they're really cool.
Yeah, I didn't either. I looked it up. There's plenty of YouTube videos, like tons. And every time if I'm like, all right, how do I like water this shit? Because when I got it, there was no real instructions in the box. So I was like, how do I fucking water this shit? Apparently, that type of tree, which is a juniper, you're supposed to water damn near every day because you want the soil to be moist all the way through, all the way down to the roots at the bottom. But that's why it's a specific type of bonsai pot that it sits in,
Yeah.
and you still have that fucking whatever. Why are you drinking with your upper lip?
I'm not. I'm just.
Yeah, because you keep dipping your mustache into that shit. It's weird. But anyway, make a penis shaped one for RJ this Christmas. See, guys, it doesn't grow that fast.
And
I could shape one to look like a penis, and it'll look like a penis for a while. But
please do not send me any
I'm trying to
plants for Christmas.
I wouldn't do that anyway because I don't have time to fucking
Trimming the bushes?
trimming your bushes.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't want you to trim them either. Yeah, that would just be very awkward. Very awkward indeed. So I think for the first time ever, I'm going to tell you, Jared, and I'm going to tell you this one time only.
Oh, my God.
That I'm going to need you to bring something up because I got nothing.
Oh, you need me to bring something up?
Yeah. I'm 2 sheets.
I should have known something was wrong when
I'm on the buoyancy buoy of irrelevancy right now. The island of irrelevancy.
I'm sure I sent you something this week.
I think you did.
Yeah, so what was that?
Oh, just about The Last of Us 2 and how Abby's arms are not what they are in the game.
Oh yeah, exactly. I don't think they didn't fucking pick the right person. She looks kind of like her, but
well, yeah, in the game she's like super buff and like
jacked.
She's like a dude in the game.
I was like, I have a hard time believing that this person is
very threatening or intimidating. There we go.
Very gonna beat everybody's ass. Like, nah.
Yeah, because in the game she was beating the shit out of people.
She was beating the shit out of people. She beat up Ellie at one point.
Yeah, she beat the shit out of Ellie too, dude. Damn, that game is. I gotta play through it again.
Yeah, every time I watch the episode, I'm like, I gotta play this game again.
No, I really do because do you know what it is? Is I think I have a little bit of Last of Us fatigue.
What does that mean?
And what I mean a little bit of fatigue is I love the games. I think the show is good. Season 2, it's not bad. I liked it. Obviously,
I don't think it's done.
It's
I think they're gonna do the Abby part of it next season, which is a good way to go about it because that game actually a lot of like stuff goes on in that.
The game there is a lot of back and forth between roles and scenarios and perspectives and points of view, which is really, I think the hard thing to.
What is KOTH?
King of the Hill, baby, King of the Hill.
Oh, I'm good.
No, you should be fucking ecstatic, bro. Are you serious? We're getting
okay. Calm the fuck down.
King of the Hill, August 4th on Hulu. I cannot fucking wait, bro. Are you serious? Thank you, Epic, for bringing that up. That is like the one, shining example from my week that we are going to once again get to see Hank, Dale, Bill, and Boomhauer out in front of the fence once again. Aren't you excited? You should be.
Didn't one of the actors
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, so the guy that played Dale Gribble, he passed away. He did some dialogue for the new show. So they're going to use that, and then they have the guy that would play Khan, the Hank's neighbor, the guy from Laos, excuse me.
Oh.
He's going to be doing his voice. Apparently, it's like uncanny. It's like really very similar and stuff like that. So I haven't heard anything yet. But
they could also just use AI too now.
They could. I mean, I don't know what to expect, but I just know that I think it's going to be good, and I'm really, really excited. I don't expect it to be. I don't know what to expect, but I know that I won't be disappointed in it. I'll say that. I just know that I won't. I got that feeling, that good feeling. What are you writing down over there?
I have gas tomorrow.
I have gas tomorrow. All right.
Gender affirming.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, they have gas.
Well, how did you predict that you have gas? It's in progress.
All right. Well, I don't want to disturb that. Well, so since Jared's there, I'm going to think of something to talk about with you guys. While Jared's
I sent you that thing about the deleted scenes from Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what's crazy? I was actually going to text you back after I watched it, but I was at work, and then I was doing like 80 things at one time. So what do you think of those scenes in terms of the overall?
I thought the guy was spot on. They looked like shit, and the acting was half-assed, but I like the fact that they still wove those characters back into later stories.
Yeah, and so I just thought that was like really kind of wild because it gives the movie kind of like a different feel.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say
if it was done right, it would have gave it a different feel for sure. But it made Luke look like a bitch. I mean, Luke was always a bit of a bitch until he became a full Jedi. That's when he started.
Well, yeah, his whole family had to get murdered, and then he had to go fucking get his ship stuck in a swamp, and then talk to like a 500-year-old.
His whole family didn't get murdered.
They got burned pretty bad, dude. His aunt and uncle, well, they died.
There.
They did.
All right, Dale.
Dude, I am so excited for that shit. You don't know who I am, but I know where you live. Yeah, so they got burned. His mom died, obviously giving birth. His dad's like an evil fucking Sith Lord. What else? I mean, his sister.
Like the coolest guy in the galaxy.
He is pretty cool. It's funny. So I ended up watching Attack of the Clones last week.
Mm-hmm.
That movie is a lot better than I remember. And then I think I used to originally give it credit for. Because I would say out of all the prequels, I think that's the one I didn't like the most. And I couldn't remember why.
I didn't like. I actually liked that one compared to the first one.
Well, I think the first one's hard to. Man, I think it's hard, and you have to put it in its own category, kind of, just because.
Well, then same thing with Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
All three of those movies are totally different movies.
I know, but that's why I think the first one, even though if people are like, "Oh, it sucks," I don't think it should necessarily get a pass. But I feel like since Anakin's like super young and it's like fleshing the story out, it should be viewed maybe just a little differently in that sense.
No,
I don't know. I know that I'm not some super fickle Star Wars fan like some people, but I'm not gonna sit here and just shit all over it. It's cool. It's worth the watch.
I will shit over those last three though.
I will say I went back and watched The Last Jedi, not recently, but a while ago. And that movie is pretty wild in terms of like, because I remember when me and you first went to go see it, and obviously the hype around
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
The movie does not make sense.
It doesn't.
It's like now all of a sudden Palpatine I get it. He's been doing this whole time, but like, how the fuck are you two all of a sudden best friends and want to fuck each other? Like, what the fuck?
The Force is weird. Yeah, the Force is woke.
Aren't they? But they're fucking cousins. They can't really do nothing. No, she's Palpatine's
granddaughter.
So no.
And then he's Ben and Leia's son.
Yeah.
So,
but then she becomes a Skywalker. Like, what are you talking about? No, bitch, you're a Palpatine. Like, be proud of that.
We need some fucking
because that motherfucker was powerful.
He was very powerful.
And he came up. If you listen to the I listened to the. I haven't finished it. I need to go back to that. The story of Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, I remember you were listening to the audiobook, right?
Yeah. He was like he caught up to him. Plagueis found Palpatine while he was in college.
Okay.
And like he found out that who his parents were. They were like the king of whatever this planet was, and they elected the king, which is strange. But anyway, so then he starts. Oh, I can use this guy to get more power and this that. So basically, Plagueis is the one who kind of sent Palpatine on the path to become the emperor.
Okay.
Because like a Sith is always gonna kill their master eventually. So he was like, "Oh, well, basically, I'm just setting your ass up."
Yeah.
For this, even though he wanted to rule the galaxy.
Dude, I think I want to give them some credit for trying to use the old characters and create a new story, but it misses something, and I can't tell you what.
Wait, what do you mean? That came out before all the
No, I was just talking about the later movies in general.
Oh, no, I was talking about the book. The book that I read was out a long time ago.
Oh, I know. I was just saying, like, with like the material, and it's like okay, it's like you have all these great components. It's like you've got
I'd rather see that story done, to be honest. Darth
do,
Plagueis, that would be cool.
I am starting to get a sense.
Swallow, please.
No homo. The fucking weirdos.
Pause.
I am starting to get a sense, though, that some of the better Star Wars that we've been getting and are probably going to get is stuff that is actually not directly connected to Skywalker.
Well, yeah, no shit. They said they were done with that. They said that a while ago.
And I just think with, obviously Mando and Ahsoka, obviously Andor, just all these, the Boba Fett, Mandalorian 1.5.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. That's old shit. Where's the new shit?
Well, yeah, no. I'm waiting for some new stuff too because I need to go, get my, my nerd brains blown again by some galactic battle that's of epic proportions or whatever the case may be.
There's a lot of big words for you to use in one sentence.
I got through it pretty good. I'd like to think so myself. I might struggle with a lot of things, but speaking is definitely one of them. All right? Just saying.
Yep, I know.
If you were to gonna,
You're the word again.
So let me ask you, if you were gonna redo the final 3 movies, how would you do them?
Honestly, I wouldn't. I was already on myself. I wouldn't do them.
You would have just left it alone?
No, I wouldn't do them.
Yeah, you would. No, I'm saying
I
you
don't
would.
think it didn't add anything to that story. Nothing.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's why I was like, would you have changed well, I didn't like how they killed fucking Han Solo. I thought that was dumb. I mean stuff like that's gotta happen.
I think that came because of, I don't know, I guess if Carrie Fisher wasn't going to be around anymore, then what's the point of having Hans? Yeah,
but still, I mean, I know what they were trying to do. It just missed the mark, man.
That's what I'm saying. It added nothing to the story. Like zero. Okay, we got this random person who happens to be, we find out at the end, she's the granddaughter of Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine. So the fuck what? We didn't even know that he was banging anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he's even old in the prequels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, this motherfucker was around for a while.
Yep.
Good long-ass while. 9 whole movies he's around for.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Now that we're talking about it, that whole series was needless.
I'm gonna watch it, dude, and I'm gonna get it on Blu-ray.
It was a money grab. That's what it was.
Well, maybe with future,
and then motherfuckers started crying because they didn't want Rey and Finn to become a couple, so they changed the story. And then Finn became. I think he was supposed to become a Jedi.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be like a badass dude.
They made him into this fucking Jar Jar Binks type character. The fuck is this slapstick shit? Can we get some actual tough motherfuckers besides Lando?
Yeah,
I don't know. It was just the way they handled that whole 3 trilogy or whatever you want to call it. It was whack, pretty whack.
Excuse me, I did not want to burp into the mic. And,
Man, thank you.
Just pollute the airwaves and obviously Jared's nostrils.
There wasn't there something else that I had said that I wanted to talk about and then I forgot what it was. I still don't have a date to get my battery connector fixed, but that's neither here nor there. Wait, what? We were just talking about her a couple weeks ago.
Who?
Loretta Swit, Hot Lips, passed away yesterday.
Yeah, she passed away yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
R.I.P.
Dude, MASH is the best. I don't care.
Okay, relax with the best.
It's up there. Top 5.
It's
Top
not
5.
even up there. Shut up.
Top 5.
Top 5 what?
Television shows of all time.
You're insane.
I'm not insane.
Yeah, you're fucking insane.
It's right up there with Seinfeld, Friends.
Friends is definitely not top 5.
I don't even watch Friends. Relax.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Friends is like the whitest show you can watch.
It's white living single.
Yes, it is, but it's still like the whitest show you can watch. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I've never watched Friends.
Thank you. Londa comes in real quick. Friends is not top 5.
It's not. I'm kidding. It's
And
a
neither
joke.
is MASH. You really believe MASH is a top 5 television show?
No, I have a soft spot for MASH, but a top 5 TV show.
Man,
of
we
time.
all do. It's just it's people in this emotional nostalgia shit. What about fucking facts? Let's just say, let's be real. The only time you ever watch it was when you're about to go to sleep. As soon as you hear, dun, 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 dun,
No,
that's
well,
all you ever saw of MASH.
well, it came on from I think it was like 3 to 4 during the week on FX before something else I would watch.
3 or 4 a.m.
No, PM after school. I would watch it with my dad.
Oh, yeah. I was watching. It was on Nick at Night.
I do remember when it. No, I do remember when it was on Nick at Night. I do remember that, but I used to watch it in the early afternoon. I never watched it like late at night or anything.
Yeah,
like
I was doing grown up things by then.
Oh, were you now?
Yes, I was.
He was out there fighting bears with his bare hands, taking down them gators with his toes
Okay.
that he sharpened with rocks that he found in a molten volcano. It's pretty good, right?
Not at all.
Dude, I'm telling you, I feel like I could sell something to somebody. I don't know what it is, but I figure I could figure it out. I think I'm just going to become a salesperson. Start selling cars. Sell my soul
You
for
don't
the
want that.
sell my soul for the almighty dollar. Let's do it, Jared.
Why would you be selling your soul?
Oh, I was just kidding, by the way.
Stop with the fucking juice.
I like my juice.
That shit is weird, and it's making you weird.
It's not making me weird.
It's changing your your actual state of mind.
I am completely fine, sir.
Uh,
Your state of mind is what has been altered.
Not at all. I'm trying to remember what I was trying to talk about. Oh, yes, I do. I don't know. You don't go on TikTok a lot, but there's a guy on TikTok. I fucking forgot his name. Something Sailing with Phoenix, I think it is.
Oh, the guy going around the world, yeah.
Yeah, the guy going around the world. Thanks for ruining it.
Well, I mean, there's way more to this. This guy's like in a
I know,
in
but
a van or something.
that was the main part of it.
Why not? Why not? Well,
So I
know.
was introducing
Oh, I'm sorry.
the fucking segment.
All right, go ahead.
Well, go ahead, RJ.
No,
Explain.
But I don't know any more than that. But I remember when you said that, it reminded me of last week, and you were like, "Oh, I wanted to talk about this," and it just popped in my head, and I blurted it out loud. So continue. I'm sorry.
That's fucking autism.
It's not.
Yes. So anyway, yes, he's sailing around the world, but he basically quit his job. He worked at Discount Tire.
Oh,
And he
man.
quit his job because he wanted to sail around the world. He had no idea how to fucking sail. He didn't even have a sailboat. And he fucking started taking classes and took out his retirement to buy the boat and get whatever training he needs to do it. And he sailed from, well, he's in Hawaii right now, but he sailed from Oregon to Hawaii, and it took him like 22 days. And the whole time because he's got Starlink, which is internet for like satellite internet. And he was reporting like every day, like this is day 5 of sailing from Oregon to Hawaii, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll just kind of go into like whatever issues he had that day, like if a piece of the boat broke. And like the first couple of days, he was like, well, that was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. And then the next day, he's like, well, the second scariest thing I've ever done in my life was this, and that. And I almost got trapped in this because he had to go in to fix something, and it was like in this thing that had latches on top.
Yeah.
But the thing closed on him, and it latched while he was in there.
Oh, shit.
So he could have been fucking stuck there fucking
Forever.
forever until
Man.
somebody found the boat. I mean, they
That
can
would have been Tom Cruise, dude.
they
Fucking
can
Mission Impossible.
No, he got out, but they can and they track GPS, but you can track where boats are. I never looked to see as he was going, but I think he said at one point in the journey he was going to stop in Hawaii and be there for like a month.
Okay.
But he's making money too because he's getting sponsorships. He's getting like drop, like people are. I don't know how they're getting into it, but he's getting drops of stuff. So so thank you for the sunscreen and blah blah blah.
So people are dropping things off in the ocean for this guy.
Like and one was a plane that flew over and fucking dropped the fucking.
what is happening in the world? It's like, hey,
Well,
this
everybody
guy,
sees it because it's huge. It's all over TikTok. And the other part about it, he's sailing with his cat. The cat's name is Phoenix.
all right,
So that's why it's named Sailing with Cat. His name is Oliver.
all right.
He was even on CNN, like talking to fucking Anderson Cooper. I saw a clip on that. I was like, this guy. We're in the future. You could talk to somebody over the internet, like, and see video of it, all because of satellite fucking. I mean, I don't want to say thanks to you know who, but yeah,
We all know what we're talking about.
I'm not trying to give that guy no props right now.
Sorry. No, so let me ask you. All right, so this guy, what is he going? He's trying to go, obviously, around the world in its entirety. Did he set a time limit for it?
No.
Or something like that? Okay, because I vaguely know of it, so you're going to be filling in all the... Because I'm going to be like a kindergartner asking you questions
Why
right
don't
now.
you just go on fucking TikTok
Maybe I will,
and
Jared.
follow his page?
Maybe I will. Maybe... You know what? I think I am. I think I'm going to download...
You already have it. What are you talking about?
I do, but...
It's not that bad. It's a fun place. You have to be careful. It can be addicting. But then you just have to be like, you know what? Let me get it. And they'll have like little reminders. This one chick, she triggers me every time she comes up. Scrolling for a while. And then I always click off because it's like, ugh, it's triggering. Like, bitch, don't tell me what I can and can't do.
You know, it is kind of crazy when you think about it because we are adults, and if you wanted to have an adult beverage at 9 a.m., what's stopping you? What is stopping you, Jared?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, you know,
I do it all the time. What are you talking about?
That's my point. But you're scrolling through your phone, and you got some virtual reality woman saying, stop,
She's not
Jared.
virtual. Well, I guess she is virtual, but she's a real person who did the thing.
Yeah, well, I know that.
And I know people. It triggers the fuck out of me when I fucking see that shit. Like it's like, bitch, it's been scrolling for a while. I don't need you to tell me what to do,
Dude, I think the whole planet should have like a blackout. Well, no.
Okay,
Hold on.
You're trying to have people killed.
No. I'm not even talking about like some
And this
purge.
this is not fucking Escape from L.A. or New York.
No. Okay. First of all, those movies are old. Great films. You should.
Yeah, but that's
definitely
what the whole point was. To
Well,
not have the blackout happen.
I just feel like we need like a modern day reset. You know, just like this.
You know who you sound right now?
like Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver.
No,
One day, a great rain.
You don't sound like
wash
him.
away this town. Yeah, no, or
that's
something.
not who you sound like.
Who do I sound like?
You sound like a Christian nationalist.
I'm not a Christian nationalist.
You sound like this country needs.
No, I'm not
A
even
reset.
I'm just talking about like the world. I don't mean like just the country. I just feel like not go back to the Stone Age, not go back to any because
What age, RJ? What age would
I
you
don't
go
know
back
the
to?
age of
You don't have to
happiness.
scream at me. We're having a conversation.
I know. I'm sorry. I need to learn.
What
how to-
age would you go back to?
of happiness? Age of
As
happiness.
ridiculous as it is to entertain this, but go ahead. What age do we need to go back to?
The age of happiness.
When was that, RJ? Again, you sound like Make America Great Again.
It's no.
It's Mawa. Make the world great again.
There you go, Mawa. No, that would be.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah, I get it. I got it. What I was gonna say.
Thank you, Londa. When was the age of happiness? Please elaborate for the rest of us who have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
The age of happiness occurred from the time frame of 1975 AD to 2005, and then after that, it's all shit. No, I'll say 2010 because then we had a couple good games.
Okay, here comes Epic. Here comes the patriotic guy.
Yes.
He's like, you can only go back about 250 years because that's when the world began.
No, really? Is it? Is it when the world began 250 years ago? Man, there's no way the world started 250 years ago.
No, he's talking about America.
No, but America does have a lot of bullshit too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, everything's all fucking. I don't know. I just hate it.
Yeah, exactly. Answer the fucking question. When was the age of happiness?
I did. I just said it. I said from 1975 to 2005
Why did you choose those dates?
because I just feel that is the appropriate.
And how do you know that any time within the last 4 or 5 decades that was the age of happiness for the world. Like, where are you getting this number from?
Just my personal evaluation of the globe.
I don't know what the fuck. Guys, please help me in the chat. Getting too much of that Delta 8 or 9 or whatever, the fake weed.
It's not fake.
And there's a thing. I didn't read any studies on it or the fucking article, but I saw 2 different articles or headlines that said eating edibles and smoking it, no matter how you get it, marijuana has been linked. Can't talk right now. To heart problems.
Wow. I don't have any heart problems. Not yet.
Evaluation of the globe. What does that mean, bro?
Evaluation of the globe. You know,
He was a fat Faison liar.
So you when you sit back and you turn the TV on and you look at the globe, the news. You watch the news. You turn on. You just see. Evaluate time.
Humans have been around for fucking thousands of years, and so you think your small sample size gives you the authority to say when the world was its happiest?
Yeah, well, you asked me a question. That's my final answer.
Well, it's ridiculous.
1975 to 2005.
That's the worst time, because that's when they started fucking taking freedoms away.
Well, any time after that.
And I don't know, there was still a thing called Jim Crow around that time. I don't think everybody was happy. Yeah, see? Now your evaluation of the globe is only from your white perspective.
Don't come in here with that bullshit. Don't come in here with that bullshit. My white perspective. Yeah, whatever.
That should be the name.
White perspective?
Yeah.
And it should just...
The white perspective.
And this should be... yeah. Don't use that as a thumbnail now, please, for the love of God. That would be terrible.
Yeah, the 80s were a shit show in the Middle East. Well, yeah. Well, that was partly caused by said 250-year-old country. That had a lot to do with it. Matter of fact, the Houthis, who we're having issues with today, guess who was helping them back in the day? Yeah, this country.
I don't think I care anymore.
They even helped Saddam in Iraq.
Dude, Saddam Hussein. Dude.
And then he just became the enemy of the world.
He did. Dude, I remember when they fucking just showed him hang on live television.
Yeah, they did some wild shit during that war. Okay, see, and here's what
we watched that.
Okay, the shock and awe shit, like literally, we knew the time when it was gonna happen because they just had the fucking camera over the fucking city. CNN had a camera over the fucking city. It was like, yeah, the shock and awe campaign will begin soon. And we're all just sitting there watching. I remember when I think I was pretty sure I was in California, and I had just gotten out. Because that was what, 2002, right? Or was it 2003?
No, 2002. 2002.
Yeah, I got out of the military that April.
Okay.
Before this shit
you're
went
like
down.
this close to be like,
Well, I had a couple buddies. One of my buddies, who's actually one of my best friends, he got out a few months before me, and ended up, they called him back, and he didn't make it back home.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It's cool. There were some tough years dealing with it. It's like, what do they call it? Survivor's remorse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had that for quite some time because it's just. And I had a few buddies that I knew them for years. We went to the field. We go out. We go to the clubs on the weekends, and then some of them got called back, and RPGs and all kinds of shit happened. Yeah, it is what it is. Well, I guess. Now that we're talking about it, Memorial Day did just pass, so it's kind of appropriate for
Yeah, 100%, man, dude. There's a lot of people that didn't come home, dude.
Yeah,
a lot of people. I'm gonna try to be proactive right now, and I am going to I don't know, man. I'm fucking farted out. I think
I know. I told you came. I was like, why are we about to do a podcast when this guy is fucking like staring into space on the couch?
I don't know. I feel like a dilapidated boat.
What?
A dilapidated boat. You know, a boat that's like a little rickety and it's got like.
I
some
know
holes
what
in it.
dilapidated means.
Oh, okay.
And I know what the fuck a boat is. But what is that? Those two pairings of words, I don't think have ever been put together.
I just feel like I'm just taking on too much water. Just drift that. I don't know. I just have nothing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I just got
You
nothing.
go to work and you come home and you play video games. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just got nothing. Like, it's just like this big just void right now. So I just got nothing interesting
You
to
know
say.
what it is? Been drinking that fucking shit all day.
Nah, not even.
Ever since you texted me at 3:42,
I was actually taking a nap.
I was definitely taking a nap.
Well, I figured you were, so I ended up taking a nap too.
He was like, "What time are you gonna come over?" I wouldn't have minded doing it earlier, but
Well, I thought we might have done it earlier because of the little fucking the shindig we're going to.
yeah, I mean, we're always late anyway.
No, what I was gonna say. No, it's not. It's not even. No, it's not this. Dude. It's not. It's like I think. I'm just. I have to find some level of creativity or motivation. I need to jump off of like a fucking mountain with a parachute or something. I need something to like shock my brain. Like to just,
Again, I've told you that, bro. We go through this probably once a month. You have no hobbies besides playing video games.
I do have a lot of hobbies.
What? No, you don't. What's your hobby? Name one hobby other than video games?
I like to read.
Reading on your phone is not reading.
Still reading.
No, it's not.
It's
You're reading garbage.
No, there's a time and place for garbage, which is bad for you anyway. Why do you want to read garbage? All it does is
Everything on social media is pretty much garbage.
I know, that's why I stopped reading it.
Then you don't read.
I do read. I just don't read social media.
Can somebody help me out? What the fuck is happening? No, mushrooms are not far less dangerous.
No, I did that once. They were cool, but I just couldn't.
You can go into a
Like a psychosis.
yeah.
state or something.
You can fuck yourself up with mushrooms for real.
No. So I mean, it was cool, and it like I would encourage if you are gonna do it, just do it once and do like a small dose.
Oh, then say he said then jumping off of a mountain. You're correct. Mushrooms is safer than jumping off a mountain.
Oh, then doing that, yeah, by far, 100%. If anything, if you take shrooms, you might feel like you're on a mountain. You know, but no, that's something that I couldn't do all the time. Like, it was cool, but I don't need to do it again kind of thing. I mean, if I did, all right.
People microdose them a lot.
I'm okay with doing that. Am I? Well,
I don't know. I get too in my own head, even on like weed. So like anything worse than that, no, I don't think I'd come back.
yeah. So I think that's another thing too that I worry about. You know, with doing or even any type of psychedelic, like it's mushrooms or LSD or just like
Ayahuasca.
Just doing something one time, like one puff or one hit too many, and you're just vaporized, completely, like for eternity. Like I worry about
it. Happens.
Shit. It does, and
you see that shit on the street all the time.
Yeah, so
homeless people, especially in Austin. Oh my god, people out of their fucking minds.
And it's funny you say that. I actually last week before the show, I actually ran into somebody that I've known for a while who was unfortunately kind of like down and out at the moment. And I just happened to run into them, and they were just kind of telling me what was happening in their life. And I spoke to them for just a brief couple minutes before they went, this person's got nowhere they're like living currently, and they're just kind of being a drifter. And it was just kind of sad to see, and it just sucks, so I get it. But when you see something like that, and then you think you're having, you got it difficult and you got it hard,
Yeah, RJ.
I do. Like, that's for anybody. That's for anybody. I'm not sitting here saying I have it harder than anybody else. I'll never do that. No. I don't do that. I don't do that. We don't do that.
I had a hard day, a whole long week at work.
I did have a long week at work.
Everybody has long weeks at work. That's why it's fucking work. It's not supposed to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
actually, it is supposed to be enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah. See,
But if you put yourself,
that's toxic.
if you don't plan to get something that you enjoy and work constantly at it, of course you're going to be upset and mad at your job every week.
Well, I don't care.
Just say,
I don't give a shit.
yeah, RJ, try dancing classes. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Physical. You're using your brain while you're moving, so it helps. It helps with a lot of that shit. That's what it's similar to why I do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do ballroom dancing.
It's dancing.
I guess. Then I can go into like fancy places and say, I know.
See, chat's got your back. Epic said, I agree. Maybe you'll meet a nice young lady.
No.
Wow.
I could care less. I don't give a shit.
I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Maybe it does. Maybe it does, Jerry.
You don't want to meet a nice young lady, huh?
I don't care right now.
RJ doing Afro dance? Yeah, that would be funny.
No. Well, it
Or
would be
hip hop.
fun.
You should do hip hop.
I should represent Australia and fucking
No, you represent
break dance.
No, the United States.
No, I think, dude, that one lady, dude. I can't believe they allowed that woman to do that.
Bro, who else from Australia was breakdancing?
That woman.
Bro, what do you? I know that woman. I said, who else?
Oh, I couldn't.
There's not a lot of Australian people out there just breakdancing.
I understand that, but the fact that they allowed that woman to do that.
Why wouldn't they? She won. She was the best of everybody in Australia. Like it's proven. She did so bad and
she won.
represented that country. She didn't win.
Oh, I thought she won for some reason.
No, hell no. She's fucking horrible. But
that's what I was saying. I thought you won.
But it was so bad. It got such a bad response globally that they said, "Fuck that. We're not doing breakdancing in the Olympics anymore."
Isn't that wild, dude?
Yeah,
you were so bad at it that they took it away from the world.
I'm launching my rap career soon. Ginger Boy.
Yeah, there you go.
The first album will be called Pinky's Out.
Yeah.
Actually, that's pretty.
All right. See,
dope.
we got it. All right. Production by the Mad Scientist Lab.
I'm not doing no. I guess. I mean, I could, but
I can produce.
I got a little MPC.
Should get one of those little, what are those things? Turntables. Yeah.
I have a turntable.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to be DJs, dude.
I'm not a DJ.
DJ Jared on the ones and twos.
First of all, making beats it's harder than it seems.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
It's fucking, because first of all, you got to find the samples. Then you got to learn how the machine, whatever machine you're using, how it works. And there's always a learning curve every time you stop and start and go. If I had stuck with it for a long time, I probably would be good, because I used to have a MPC 2000. I think I got it on eBay. It was like, I want to say $800. And then I ended up selling it when I moved back here because I needed money.
I just use Fruity Loops a little bit.
I was trying to do it. I was trying to be like P. Diddy up in this motherfucker.
Yeah. Take that. And the trial continues.
Yeah, that trial's wild.
Dude, isn't that the craziest shit ever? It's got to be like super crazy. It is super crazy.
Yeah, you said that 2 weeks ago.
I know. It's just still fucking wild. I mean, I'm not going to linger on it. It just sucks. It's like, fuck.
Some of the shit that, I don't know. I was talking to somebody about it recently. I haven't really been paying close attention, but I don't see how they're linking this or linking him to the RICO charge. Yeah, he's a bad, shitty, abusive boss and boyfriend or whatever.
Human being is the word you're looking for.
Yeah. But when it comes to the law, where's the RICO part? He didn't.
The thing is when some of the brief comments that I was reading a few weeks ago when we kind of talked about it more, they were like, "Hey, this is just kind of the beginning. They're eventually going to get to the more, I guess, indicting things in that respect." But I have no idea.
Right now, it just looks like they're trying to. I get it. It makes sense. They're trying to ruin his character. Like, that's why they're bringing up all this stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't think he really had to try to do that. He did do that.
It still has to be proven in court. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, dude, him beating her in the hallway and all
Yeah.
this. I mean, that.
Yeah, but that's one incident
I understand that.
of like now we're finding out that there's more to it, and then but at the same time, there's text messages which I think the defense brought up that was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to do this freak off coming up. Like that was Cassie saying that.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm not. It's really hard to.
She had to, bro. There's no way. She and people. This is a hard thing to.
It's a hard thing to talk about.
Yeah. Because people are gonna be like, well, when you're in that type of situation, you feel like you're just stuck, whatever. But you can't tell me there wasn't aspects of it that was enjoyable.
Yeah, so
She would not. I'm telling you, bro. If people already knew all this stuff, especially like her mom and all this shit, like if they knew what was going on, then somebody could have said something
or stepped in and
yeah. Are you like? And I don't want to get. I don't care about the excuse of everybody was scared of Diddy. Like, fuck this guy. He's just a human being.
Yeah.
And then all these employees that are coming up, it's like, well, he treated you like shit, but he also. What about the reason you even went there for the first place? Because you knew he was the top guy in the game.
Yeah.
You wanted to work there. And you stuck around because you knew by being around him, you were gonna be at the top of whatever your game was.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't fully be like, oh, I'm the fucking full victim here. Like, no, you went into the situation. You knew what was going on.
Yeah, and it is
the whole show, the MTV show, Making the Band shit. Come on, bro. We all saw it. Dave Chappelle fucking exaggerated on one of his sketches.
Yeah.
So like, motherfuckers try to act brand new now. Like y'all motherfuckers knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, and I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
I mean, it is nuts, and and I'm with you on that because it's really hard to say. And where you really lie blame, or I'm not even talking about pointing fingers or things like that, but when she's willingly saying, oh, hey, I want to, come to another one, and, that's when it's like, all right, like where, even if all this horrible things are happening to her, which sucks, it does, but then it's like, okay, like you would think, and we don't know because we're not, victims of these things.
Yeah.
But you would think if something like that happened just one time, that you would try to just remove yourself from it. To some degree.
Well, I think part of it is again being in close proximity to that power. I guess this is partly where the Rico shit could come in. Like, he's so powerful that like I felt like I had to do this. Like, yeah, you could have moved back home.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like. But you want this fucking thing so bad, you'll do anything for it, including sign with the devil.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they did. So they knew what they were getting into. Bro, there's too many stories about Puff, even the early days. He tried to take over what was it, Uptown Records when he worked there as an internship. He tried to basically a hostile takeover of that shit.
Yeah.
That's why Heavy D didn't fuck with him. Like, which shit. Hey, who knows? Maybe he had him offed.
I feel like every major person that's like gone missing. Oh, and that includes Kim Porter as well.
Yeah.
Let's not forget her. I don't want that to be overshadowed because because all this stuff, like all those things that we've been thinking about for years, and just all this stuff comes out. Dude, that guy's got to know something. He's got to know something.
What guy got it?
Diddy, dude, like
no, what do you mean, know
Pac,
something?
like the murders, all the people, just not all of them, but he has to be involved in some way, shape, or form. There's just no way. The guy seems to have endless reach all over the place.
The shit with Shine taking the fall for him at the nightclub shit with the gun incident. Like, it was like we all knew that he was always there was something off. Shit, Suge Knight is a fucking saint compared to this guy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
That is,
yeah,
That's
exactly.
a wild comparison.
Yeah.
We're talking about a guy that's
Suge Knight is just is violent. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say just violent. He's
just violent.
He's violent compared to like Diddy is just a whole different level of evil.
Yeah. Diddy's evil, like
Yeah.
pure evil, like like with the posters.
Suge Knight was just a gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I met the dude. Like it wasn't like a long conversation. But I met him. I got a picture with him. Like he didn't seem crazy. I even asked him when I walked up to him. I was like, "Hey, is it cool if I walk up?" He was like, "Oh yeah, come on." Had a cigar in his mouth and shit. I'm like, "Damn, bro, you just
Hey,
you
it's
just
cool,
pull
though.
up to a fucking hotel with your car." But I mean, it was Vegas. Them motherfuckers love Vegas.
Well, I mean, it's the adult entertainment capital, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, one would think, at least. Out in the middle of the desert where nobody can find you.
It's pretty big now. It's not in the middle of the desert anymore.
Well, I mean, maybe at one point in time.
Although in between, if you're driving from like California to there's nothing.
Just straight desert?
Yes. Like one dusty ass road going that way and the one you're on.
So that's the kind of road I would want to drive down. The one that's just straight.
I broke down coming back from Vegas one time and I don't know where this fucking tow truck came from, bro, because I was stuck. And desert gets dark.
I believe it.
It was nighttime. I had just dropped my mom off in Vegas. She was out for work, and I drove her back. Or did I just drive out there? I don't remember what it was. But anyway, on the way back, my fucking alternator just kaputted.
All right.
And fucking, I'm in the middle of the desert, bro. Dark. And a fucking tow truck that happened to be going my way was driving that same way. It cost me a lot of money. It was like $800 just to get it towed back to a shop near the base, and then another $400 for them to fix it. So I was, that shit hurt my pocket.
Well, that's God looking out for you. The reason I say that is because I had a similar scenario happen years ago when I was when I had my first car. I was coming from a house party, and at the time I was still on.
First of all, why was there quotation marks for the house party? Was it a freak off?
Did I do the quotation thing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It was a regular. We were playing.
It was a house party.
Street Fighter 4 had just come out, so it was like a nerd convention here. So it wasn't anything. There were some girls there though. But what I was gonna say, they were nice. Anyway, so
nice is not what I want to hear.
they were pretty good looking. Calm down.
Okay. All right.
Calm down, man.
There's more of them. There's more of them these days, though.
Yeah, because it's more socially acceptable.
Mhm.
Fuck all of you. I've been doing it my whole life.
Why are you
Anyway,
screaming?
sorry, I didn't mean to. But I'm driving back, and I'm getting up here in Springfield over by the mall, and then all the lights in my car start dimming. My alternator goes bad. Same shit. So I pull over I break down at a stoplight. Like literally, I come to a stop. My car cuts off. There's a car behind me, and I'm flagging it, and I'm like, go around me, and it's a cop, dude. And I'm like, why? One, I'm not really, I'm on probation, and I'm not, like, technically, like, I just got my license back, but I was drinking, and anyway, I was, like, paranoid as fuck. And he comes up, and he's like, hey, what's going on, man? And I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, yeah, my car's broken down. He's like, here, let me get you a tow truck, buddy. And he, and I was like, oh, thank God. Then, you got me a tow truck. I got it up to a shop not far from where I broke down and got it fixed. But I had that similar kind of grace happen to me to where I was in the right place at the right time, depending on, even though it was
more like they were at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Granted, the circumstances of why
You
they
weren't in the right place at the right time. Because you don't want to be somewhere where you can't fucking, you're stuck. That's not the right place at the right time.
This is true. What? Oh, it's not done.
I know, but take it out of the picture, the frame.
It's a little bit of ice and a little bit of glass, a little bit of water.
I understand. On 288 episodes, we still got to fucking tell you to move shit out of the fucking frame.
Maybe that's the beauty of the podcast.
That's not.
It could be the little things that matter. You know, like 100 years from now, when somebody finds us, some poor soul, they're going to think we were gods. They're going to be like, oh, my God. Think about it.
Yeah, among the other 2 million, 20 million podcasters.
Dude, other podcasts fucking suck, dude. Okay? I don't care. I don't care. Other people think they can do a podcast. Other people suck. They think they can sit down and just talk about whatever and it'd be popular.
That's what we do. And we're not popular.
Great Scott!
My God. All this time, I thought we had this mass following. No, but, dude, do you know what it is? We need, like... No, I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone.
We got to get somewhere.
You know what? I think you're right. I think we should put me in like one of those human man cannons and like launch me across the field.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about today. We got somewhere to be.
Oh, yes. And all of you have somewhere to be. Every Saturday night around 6:30 p.m.-ish here on Twitch. Every Monday at 9 a.m. sharp for the visual on YouTube. And anywhere you get your Apple Music. Anywhere you get your podcasts. Yeah. Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff. And it is always a pleasure to bring you guys very fun stuff. Sorry I'm such a stick in the mud this week.
Yeah,
Jared is...
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Jared's got to suffer through it, but I am slowly getting better. There's only one way, and that is up.
Emotional damage.
I'll see you guys next week.
This guy.
Peace.
Fucking weirdo.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
I'm not a weirdo.
Oh, you're a weirdo.
I'm not a fucking weirdo.
An hour? What am I supposed to do with the mad scientist for an hour?
You know, tamper in God's domain.
Oh, yeah.
Hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist lab.